Jennifer Petersen, Salem District. I will be reading some passages from books located in our SPS libraries that may be inappropriate for all listeners if parents would like to have their children wait in the hallway. But first, I'd like to thank Mrs. Cole for her candid Facebook comment last month. It is rare to hear a sitting school board member make such a brilliant argument and justification for school choice. Mrs. Cole pointing out how parents are willfully ignorant, partially educated, and lower middle class illustrates that public schools have failed generations of students. As her post clearly indicates, the public education has failed to enlighten, fully educate, and prepare students to accede to a socioeconomic class that has financial security. Thank you, Mrs. Cole. Mrs. Cole's comment was in opposition to Delegate Tim Anderson's post updating the status of Senate Bill 739, which solidified a parent's right to choose to mask their kids in school. Just as a reminder, it was the rhetoric of the pro-maskers and the detriment that our children suffered as a direct result of our children being muzzled that caused the CDC to lower developmental milestones for our children due to delays in development. I am guessing these delays will only further serve to keep students ignorant, partially educated, and to become lower middle class adults. Perhaps the school libraries did not contain books that were laden with pedophilic, sexually explicit, rape, oral, anal, and vaginal sexual passages and contain a litany of words these students cannot repeat in schools. Our students would be better educated. The first book is called Life is Funny by E.R. Frank. Quote, soon we were skin to skin, warm, sexy mouth and hands, brushing, stroking over tits and ass, stomach gloss, mush brain, heat curve, sucking, rocking, slipping, swallowing wet, shiny pussy, pushing, pulsating, breathing, moaning, straining, thick dick, sticky, rolling over, achy, stiff thing, shy fingers, oh Lord, its tip is kissing her melting slit, slide glides in, deep swallowed, sucked, rocking, aching, bucking, pumping, fucking, oh Lord, God, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, thank you. The second book, again by E.R. Frank, is titled Dime. This is about a 13-year-old girl.
Point of order, Mr. Twigg. Mr. Twigg, these books are more age appropriate. Elementary school students would not be able to read this book, so it should not be read in public, whether it's in our
I
school
gave a
libraries or
warning.
not. That doesn't
It does matter.
We have the ability.
Excuse me,
to
Ms. Cole,
allow
the
or not
speaker has
allow,
the
and I
floor.
am asking the chair to
Could I-
not allow
Speaker
this.
has the floor.
Could I please have my time restored?
Yes.
Thank
may.
you. The second book is by E.R. Frank titled Dime. It is about a 13-year-old girl who is groomed by a pedophilic pimp named Daddy. He first grooms her as a father figure, then a lover, and then he turns her out. She lives with him, a 16-year-old prostitute named Brandy and a 22-year-old prostitute named L.A. They compete for the title of bottom bitch to become Daddy's favorite. In the book, Dime and Brandy engage in menage a trois with their Johns, and Daddy takes his bitches on vacation to have a multitude of prostitutional sexual encounters so he can earn enough money to purchase an 11-year-old internet porn child named Lollipop. It is unknown at the time of her purchase she was pregnant. First part, she's only 10, L.A. pointed out. Actually, I'm 11, Lollipop says. Nobody know nothing about Lollipop, Daddy says. L.A. looked at Lollipop, where your family? Just Uncle Ray as long as I can remember. This is messed up, Brandy muttered. She fucked already? L.A. asked Daddy. Or just do what she do in front of the computer by herself? Lollipop was nodding yes. I was so good on the internet, Uncle Ray said my fans could start visiting me in person as soon as I turned 11. It's funny, right? Lollipop whispered to us girls. All the things men like to do. Only some of them like to pet you gently. I like that, but not the rest. But Uncle Ray says it's worth the money, and I agree because everything I want, I get pink and purple.
Ms. Peterson,
Huh.
your time has expired.